Welcome back to Stranded Deep. So us console players are having some difficulty storing boxes and also turning in our raft. So I decided to make a video on this because it's starting to drive us all bonkers. And I'm sure the developers are quickly enough to fix all these issues that we've started to get. But in the meantime, there is workarounds. I've made a video on one of the rafts that can store like 12 odd boxes. And then in this one I'm going to be showing you how to steer the rafts that we're having issues with. So firstly, you probably all know this one, but you can just stand on the beach and hold L2 on the PS4 and then you can drag your raft round. Some of you may not know, if you're holding the drag button L2, you can tap R2 and that will launch your raft or throw items. So you can literally just launch your raft into the water. I wouldn't recommend this with boxes on. I know I'm doing it in the video with boxes, but I wouldn't recommend it in case it tips. You would lose all your boxes. So just store them on yourself and then launch it if you're going to do that. Another way is you can just jump into the water and then hold L2 next to your raft and turn in the water. So you're manually turning your raft to face the island that you're going to visit next. That's another way of turning your raft. And then as you can see, I'm not too far away from heading to that island, and if I want to order this I could just jump in and return it. This is another option because I always pull my raft up onto land because you don't want it floating away. And here I am on land just manually turning it, facing the island I want it to point to, or where I'm heading shall I say, and then literally just raise the sail. You don't even have to touch the rudder, but I do just to stay safe in case I glitch off, and then I'm happily sailing to my next island. There is another little tip that I wanted to share with you, and also with the storage, my last video, if you wanted to check that out, I stored some tyres and some containers, and what you can do, you can throw spears into your raft to keep the sort of items that are unable to put into a container. So if you throw like 4 spears next to the tyres, it should hold them in place. And last tip I'm going to give you is, if you pick up your boxes, I wouldn't recommend doing this with all your boxes on the raft again, and I wouldn't recommend it while sailing like I'm doing here. It's sort of glitching out, so I stopped my raft, and if you put your box into the like loading bay, should we call it, I'll make a round storage area. You can hold L2 and drag the box, and that box is going to drag your raft around. So what you can do, you can manually turn your raft without jumping into the shark infested water. But just don't go too crazy on your turning, just do it gradually and then look up to where you're facing. And you should, with a little bit of practice, you should perfect this and be able to turn your raft. These are just workarounds, and I mean, smash the thumbs up if you think that this should already be in-game turning, because it's a bit of an issue at the moment, and I'm sure the developers are hot on this, and there will be a patch coming out soon. As soon as there are, I will give you the details on that. Favorite moments so far. stay surviving and stay safe.